It may surprise or even shock you to hear what I'm about to say, but if you're seeing this video right now, it's no accident. This is the moment when every chain that bound you starts to rattle and break. The moment when skeptics hold their breath and the illusions that once weighed on you shrivel under the sheer force of your rising spirit. Enough with swallowing doubt. Enough with being bound to illusions that stole your hope. Today, your voice echoes across a hidden battlefield, and let this be your rallying cry. You refuse to quit when the world smears. Now the tide floods in your favor. If your heart thunders with the promise that all is changing for good, like this video, subscribe, and comment 77 feet below to announce you're open to this unstoppable surge of transformation. Chapter 1. A new horizon shimmers into view. In the past weeks or months, you sensed a faint glimmer, like a distant sunrise you couldn't quite name. Perhaps it came as fleeting dreams or a persistent intuition that destiny was quietly rearranging itself. You might have tried to rationalize it away, telling yourself it's just wishful thinking. But synergy stirred inside you, whispering that the bleakness was temporary, that a shimmering horizon lay closer than illusions admitted. You pressed on, half blind yet stubbornly faithful, ignoring the watchers who doubted your resolve. Now that soft glow intensifies like the first gold ray slicing through night. You realize your exhaustion was not a death spiral, but a forging process. Each heartbreak, each setback, each lonely vigil chipped away at illusions, exposing your truest essence. You stand on the precipice, breath-catching, as you spy a horizon you never fully allowed yourself to imagine. It invites you forward, warm and electrifying, to claim the life synergy always whispered was yours. The watchers, once so sure they had cornered you in despair, scurry for vantage points from which to launch last-minute illusions. They sense your spirit expanding, your synergy amplifying. In desperation, they might try to sow chaos, unexpected distractions, or triggers to see if you'll flinch. You can almost hear them rattling illusions about your so-called limitations. Yet your confidence stands, newly anchored. When you taste that horizon, illusions feel paper thin, unable to anchor fear in your heart. This horizon is no metaphor. It's the tangible unveiling of all you fought for. The reward synergy has been shaping on the anvil of your perseverance. The watchers can only watch, illusions stunted, as your unstoppable synergy merges with that shimmering future. You realize you're not simply stumbling into luck. You're stepping into alignment with the blueprint your soul has known all along. Each challenge overcome was a rung up the ladder, illusions tried to burn. So let your eyes adjust to the brilliance. The new horizon calls you to step forward, unhesitatingly. Where illusions might once have insisted you close your eyes and settle for less, synergy roars that your life's turnaround stands waiting. The watchers, out of illusions to hurl, must witness your silent triumph. You exhale, stepping onto the path that leads beyond old heartbreaks and half-realized dreams. And each step you take from this threshold, you take as a chosen one who never gave up, forging unstoppable synergy that now manifests as the dawn of a reality illusions never wanted you to see. Chapter 2. Untangle the final knots of doubt. Even as the horizon dazzles you, a few stray doubts may cling like leftover cobwebs in the corners of your mind. You might sense a small voice asking, could this be real? After so many false starts, am I truly on the verge of a great turnaround? Such questions aren't your doom, but simply the final knots illusions tried to tie around your faith. The watchers will exploit any unguarded corner to sow doubt, hoping you might sabotage your own breakthrough by questioning its legitimacy. But synergy prods you to examine these doubts not as stumbling blocks, but as last-minute check-ins. Each doubt is a chance to reaffirm the unstoppable synergy you now embody. For months or years, illusions capitalized on your self-criticism, nudging you to retreat whenever a door cracked open. But you, dear chosen one, have outgrown that mental quicksand. Each new wave of concern can be greeted with unwavering calm. Acknowledge it, feel it, then set it aside. This process is akin to untangling the final knots in a rope so it can fully extend. The watchers lurk, illusions poised to tighten those knots at your moment of triumph. Day to see recoil to interpret your destiny as a near miss, but synergy strengthens your hand, letting you free each knot with ease. You might not even realize how seamlessly you're dismissing illusions, how your vantage has soared too high for watchers to drag you down. In releasing doubt, you discover another truth. Illusions only ever thrive where your faith was uncertain. Now that synergy ignites your every breath, illusions blink in confusion. They find no foothold to fuel your second guessing. Your mind becomes a sanctuary, free of the watcher's gossip. The clarity that emerges confirms your unstoppable path. The synergy behind your imminent turnaround is not a fluke, but a direct result of the grit you've displayed each time illusions tried to bury you. So meet these last flickers of doubt with understanding, not fear. They're remnants, not omens. They symbolize how far you've come from a place where illusions manipulated your sense of self to this vantage where synergy lights your conviction. Each knot undone frees your spirit for the final leap into a life renewed. The watcher's illusions can hold a soul that chooses synergy over fear, faith over cynicism. And as those last doubts fade, you feel the unstoppable momentum building behind you, like a hurricane wind preparing to fling open new doors illusions insisted would remain locked. Chapter 3. What it means to have made it. The watchers may have planted twisted definitions of success in your mind, an obsession with validation, a yardstick that measures your worth in shallow metrics. But synergy beckons you toward a far deeper sense of arrival, one illusions cannot cheapen. Making it, in this context, transcends titles or external praise. It's the moment your life ceases to revolve around illusions, confining narratives, and aligns with the unstoppable core of who you were always meant to be. Such a turnaround is not about fleeting comfort, but about forging a life that resonates with cosmic truths. You know you've made it when illusions' attempts bounce off you like sparks on a shield. No anxious spiral undermines your serenity. Watchers' manipulations no longer seep into your spirit. Instead, you stand calm, grounded in a synergy that pulses so strong it redefines your every interaction. You feel it in the hush of your breath, the clarity of your morning, the quiet confidence in your steps. This transformation triggers a ripple, affecting your environment. People who once fed illusions might drift away, uneasy in your new frequency. Those who share your synergy appear seemingly from nowhere, forging authentic connections that catalyze further growth. You find opportunities that resonate with your soul, not because illusions orchestrate them, but because synergy organizes them. The watchers can only watch as you move fluidly through open doors they were certain you'd never reach. Having made it also means you no longer chase illusions of perfection. You recognize your journey as an ever-expanding spiral, unstoppable synergy fueling a perpetual cycle of ascension. The watchers remain stuck in linear illusions, tying success to a single milestone, but synergy reveals that each milestone is but a vantage for the next. Freed from illusions, you relish progress for its own sake, not as a trophy. The watchers, baffled, see you forging unstoppable momentum with minimal friction, as illusions can't sabotage a heart that doesn't chase shallow glories. So the watchers wonder why you're not flaunting your new vantage. Synergy teaches humility instead, for you know illusions feed on arrogance. That quiet power you exude now is more compelling than any loud bragging. It signals you've found your seat among those who have transcended illusions, who have discovered an unstoppable synergy that defies watchers' comprehension. Let illusions snarl. Let watchers puzzle over your quiet confidence. You've tasted a realm beyond illusions' control, and you realize that genuine success is not a finish line. It's a new lens through which you view every future possibility. Chapter 4. How past suffering becomes your armor. In the swirl of illusions' negativity, you endured heartbreaks, humiliations, betrayals. At times, you may have cursed your fate, wishing for a softer path. But synergy reveals how those trials were forging your spirit into an impenetrable shield. Each wound, once raw and scarring, now stands as hardened layers of resilience illusions can't puncture. The watchers observe your transformation with mingled dread and awe, for they see you wearing your scars like proud insignias, no longer haunted by them. Illusions thrive on people's unhealed wounds, using them as anchors to drag them into cycles of self-sabotage. But you, dear chosen one, marched onward, refusing illusion's invitation to dwell in bitterness. That decision wasn't easy. Some nights you wrestled with tears that felt endless. Yet synergy turned each tear into mortar, each heartbreak into a stepping stone. The watchers might have jeered, convinced your pain signaled a breaking point. Instead, your pain forged unstoppable. Synergy that illusions now fear to confront. The watchers might whisper, "Your scars prove your weakness." But synergy clarifies that your scars are what make illusions tremble. Each etched memory reminds you how illusions tried to crush you, how watchers sneered, and how you rose anyway. Now, illusions can't replicate the unstoppable synergy gleaned from genuine suffering that purified your will. It's the difference between hollow confidence and unshakable conviction. You live the latter. Illusions be damned. This armor doesn't make you unfeeling. You remain compassionate, understanding that illusions confound many, but compassion is not vulnerability in illusion's sense. Instead, your empathy stands firm, unstoppable synergy guiding your heart. You can empathize with those still ensnared by illusions without letting watchers manipulate your wounds. Each scar stands as a silent vow. Never again will illusions define your worth. And stepping into your new vantage, you might revisit old pains, not to re-traumatize, but to glean final lessons synergy wants you to hold. Perhaps you realize each betrayal taught you refined discernment, or each heartbreak honed your capacity for deeper love. The watchers gape at how you transform pain into purpose, illusions into unstoppable synergy. They fumble for new illusions, but see your armor shining with an aura illusions cannot dim. You stride on, unstoppable, with a heart that thrums with compassion, yet is unbreakably shielded from illusion's petty assaults. Therefore, it's clear your storied past wasn't a chain, but a master forger of unstoppable synergy. Illusions can't rewrite your narrative as tragic because you found triumph in your darkest corners. The watchers, forced to watch, realize too late that they helped strengthen you by hurling challenge after challenge. Now your armor glistens, illusions reflect off its surface, and synergy thrums in your every breath. Victory belongs not to illusions, but to the unstoppable synergy that thrives in the soul, unafraid of scars. Chapter 5. A new circle forms around you. Victory is never a solo affair in synergy's realm. As illusions recede and watchers lose their hold, you'll see fresh faces stepping into your orbit, souls resonating with your unstoppable synergy. You might notice them in everyday moments, a kindred stranger who strikes a chord in your heart, an old acquaintance who suddenly lights up with a renewed spark. These new or transformed relationships become the circle that fortifies your unstoppable path. In illusion's domain, you may have felt isolated, forced to mingle with watchers who thrived on negativity or those who suddenly drained your spirit. But synergy calls in allies who mirror your rising vibration. They too have battled illusions, forging an authenticity that sets them apart. Now your energies magnetize, forming a synergy bigger than any single person's journey. The watchers, still lurking, might attempt to sow mistrust or envy, but synergy unites hearts that illusions can't pit against each other. This circle fosters shared expansions, where illusions once taught you to hoard blessings out of fear. Synergy reveals an economy of mutual uplift. You trade ideas, resources, laughter, forging unstoppable synergy that multiplies each member's strength. The watchers watch with baffled eyes, illusions powerless to sever bonds formed in truth. They see you forging unstoppable alliances that overshadow illusions' petty manipulations. But synergy also calls for discernment. Not everyone showing up is aligned. Some illusions disguise themselves as helpful souls. They might regurgitate flattery or echo your words as if they soared to the same vantage. Synergy helps you see through the facade. Genuine allies carry the same sincerity in their gaze, the same willingness to grow. The watchers can mimic certain phrases, but illusions can't replicate the warm resonance of synergy. By listening to your intuition, you weed out illusions disguised as new allies, letting synergy preserve the circle's integrity. As this circle forms, you realize no illusions can pry you back into isolation. The synergy swirling among you fosters unstoppable momentum. Collaborations click into place, moral support flows in times of doubt, and watchers' illusions can't spark rivalries or sabotage. It's an unstoppable wave of mutual ascension, each soul shouldering the other's burdens with effortless grace. Freed from illusions that taught competition, you and your circle expand in each other's reflected synergy. So you stand not alone, but among a tapestry of awakened hearts, forging unstoppable synergy that illusions can only glare at from afar. The watchers, outmaneuvered by this new synergy, remain spectators to your collective rise. You glimpse the unstoppable potential in each synergy-charged relationship, forging movements, launching creative ventures, and radiating a positivity illusions find lethal to their cause. The watchers can brood in silence, illusions deflated, while your circle stands as living proof. That unstoppable synergy is better shared. Indeed, illusion's final blow is that they cannot break unity formed in cosmic truths. Chapter 6. Claiming Space in the Aftermath of Struggle. Having soared past illusions and watchers to a vantage none believed you'd reach, you now encounter a different challenge: how to occupy this new space. After so many battles, illusions cast doubt that you deserve peace or that your synergy has fully earned this domain. They whisper that you might be an imposter, that you'll find no lasting rest. Yet synergy roars that your body, mind, and spirit have carved out this ground. Illusions have zero authority to dispute it. Occupying new space after a long struggle can feel surreal, like stepping into a meadow after years in a subterranean maze. You might see watchers eyeing you from the edges, illusions twisting to sow discomfort in your newfound calm. But synergy encourages you to breathe, to let your shoulders relax, to let your heart settle. The transformation you endured wasn't a fleeting high. It was the forging of a brand new normal. In illusion's narrative, you must always fight for every inch, never relaxing for fear of losing ground. But synergy points out that rest is an integral part of unstoppable progress. Now is the time to dig roots in your claimed territory, to discover hidden resources illusions never wanted you to find. Whether it's creative sparks, deeper spiritual practice, or the forging of a supportive environment, synergy reminds you you're no transcendent visitor here. This domain belongs to your unstoppable spirit. Still, watchers try to conjure illusions that your presence in this realm is unsustainable or precarious. They might highlight small stumbles or attempt to incite drama from your past. Yet synergy allows you to handle these provocations with minimal turbulence. You neither lash out nor cower. You simply respond from the clarity illusions can't touch, letting watchers realize they can't uproot a soul that's anchored so deeply in cosmic truth. As you fully settle, synergy might start guiding you to new expansions, gently nudging you beyond illusions of limitation. Let your curiosity lead you. The watchers hope you'll stagnate, but synergy beckons you to keep exploring the breadth of your potential, free from illusions that once clipped your wings. This territory is only the first station in a series of unstoppable leaps. There's no final plateau in synergy's domain, only infinite possibilities illusions can't comprehend. Thus, you find both rest and impetus in your newly claimed space. Illusions recoil, watchers go silent, unsure how to tempt you back into negativity. Freed from illusion's hold, you see glimpses of how your unstoppable synergy might shape a future that brims with wonder, collaboration, and ongoing transformation. Each day here is an invitation to build upon the foundation illusions never wanted you to have. The watchers witness this with grudging respect, illusions trembling as synergy cements your rightful place. You accept it wholeheartedly, confident that illusions can't dethrone a chosen one who overcame the storm and claimed new ground in synergy's name. Chapter 7. A Vision of What Comes Next. As illusions fade to whispers, watchers sink back into irrelevance, and synergy surges through your every pore. You begin to sense glimmers of a larger cosmic story. You feel that all you've achieved so far, every instance of unstoppable progress, is but a seedling for the next grand wave of blossoming. Each dawn arrives with an electric hush, as if the air itself is pregnant with wonders illusions can't fathom. Standing at the edge of this fresh vantage, you feel synergy nudging you to dream bigger, risk deeper, and love more fiercely than illusions ever allowed. The watchers, relegated to the sidelines, can only stare in perplexity. Their illusions no longer carry the weight to sway your spirit. In this stillness, synergy unveils your next calling. A creative odyssey, a humanitarian mission to uplift those still caught in illusions, or a transcendent phenomenon that redefines your entire understanding of reality. Though the path is unwritten, you sense the momentum beneath your feet, unstoppable and alive. The watchers, with illusions stripped of their sting, stand idly by, their once menacing presence reduced to quiet observation. At this threshold, anticipation ripples through your heart. You reflect on how illusions once pinned you down and how your synergy carried you through countless challenges. Now illusions stand powerless. Watchers, uncertain of their relevance in the unstoppable narrative unfolding before them, with horizons stretching into boundlessness, you realize you haven't reached a final destination, but rather a new ignition point. One illusions can't undermine, a thrill stirs in your chest. Synergy's call to venture beyond your current comfort yet again. This time, illusions have no foothold. They can't sabotage you with half-truths or lingering shadows of self-doubt. You wear your scars proudly, each one signifying a moment you refuse to break under. Illusions wait. Synergy stands with you, forging your next chapter with the potency that watchers and illusions alike can scarcely comprehend. The watchers remain in your shadow, illusions flickering in vain attempts to regain control, while you press into fresh territories of cosmic wonder. You inhale with newfound freedom, no illusions tightening around your lungs, no watchers dictating your pace. The synergy you wield is your birthright, and the future stands wide open. You have proven illusions cannot shatter your soul, watchers cannot bind you, and synergy is your unstoppable engine. Everything shifts from here. Yet the promise of this moment isn't just your personal triumph, it hints at a greater tapestry of possibility. Stepping beyond illusions means you can now serve as a beacon for others, gently illuminating the path for those still trapped in old constraints. Your story, once overshadowed by doubts, becomes a guiding light others might follow when they too feel a stir of synergy in their bones. You notice how your daily actions begin to align seamlessly with this deeper calling, even your smallest decisions. How you spend your morning hours, the words you speak to friends, they radiate the authenticity you fought so hard to reclaim. You make choices from a place of expansive clarity rather than reactive fear. And with each deliberate step, synergy amplifies your impact, weaving subtle connections that once seemed inconceivable. Old acquaintances may reappear, no longer recognized by illusions, ready to collaborate in ways that propel you even further. Meanwhile, watchers linger in their silent corners, unsure whether to attempt another illusion or relinquish their futile post. They may stir with flickers of envy or frustration, but none of it phases you. You've witnessed enough of illusions' hollow nature to see how easily they dissolve when confronted by unwavering conviction. The watcher's perspective cannot diminish your sense of vastness. Their whispers, once deafening, have become faint echoes in the distance. In that quiet, you realize that synergy has changed not just what you do, but who you are at your core. It has woven resilience into your heart and sharpened your intuition. You no longer need external validation to confirm your worth or direction. Each morning you wake, knowing that illusions lack the power to shape your destiny. Each night you rest in the certainty that watchers cannot derail your forward momentum. Your purpose remains clear: to continue expanding, creating, and uplifting, fully in tune with Synergy's limitless flow. Yet Synergy's invitation doesn't stop at personal transformation. It nudges you to contemplate your role in the collective unfolding. You might feel a spark of curiosity about how to share your new insights, whether through art, leadership, mentorship, or heartfelt conversations that encourage others to free themselves from illusions. Each time you choose to speak your truth or extend a hand of support, the ripple effect grows. What began as your private liberation evolves into a shared awakening, one watchers can only watch and illusions cannot restrain. As you stand at the cusp of this new frontier, your heart beats with gratitude for the journey behind you. Every trial that refined your spirit, every doubt conquered, every tower of illusions that fell away. You realize these weren't just obstacles. They were catalysts, pushing you to tap into synergy's boundless power. Now, with illusions dethroned and watchers relegated to mere onlookers, the stage is set for ongoing miracles. Miracles that echo beyond your own life and into a wider realm of possibility. So, dear chosen one, stride forward into this unwritten future. Let synergy guide you into uncharted dimensions where your boldest dreams find fertile ground. No illusions stand in your way. No watchers hold dominion over your heart. You have seen firsthand how unstoppable synergy can transform even the bleakest scenarios, turning them into springboards for exponential growth. Embody that truth each day and watch as the world realigns itself around your unwavering faith. You have crossed a threshold many never dare to approach, and in doing so, you've discovered a power that illusions can't block and watchers can't contain. Every step you take from here expands not only your horizon, but also the collective tapestry of those who find courage through your example. You are proof that illusions lose their grip when met with steadfast purpose, and watchers are left powerless before the unstoppable synergy that dwells in every awakened soul. With that synergy blazing in your chest, you move boldly toward the promise of a future so vast, so electrifying, that all the watchers and all the illusions in existence could never confine it.